So that's the end of the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort in the Netherlands or Holland or whatever you want to call it. We have a McLaren winner, who I believe to be Lando Norris. And so that pushes him higher in his championship challenge, because he's in third with 99 points and first have 100 and something. First wheel. So we have Norris, Alonso, and Nobuharu Matsushita on the podium. Anyway, now let's go to Carnage. Our first DNF of the day is right at the back. He qualified even behind me, and I qualified not very well. Anyway, 5 red lights, and it lights out, and away they go. And so there is Mick Schumacher, who is the first DNF, and there I slide up past a bunch of cars there to get up into 13th, and away well from 7 positions from the start. And here is the driver that's going to DNF first. Now let's skip to where he DNFs. Right, here's where he DNFs. He DNFs here on lap 3. There's me just in front of him, and into the wall, and off with his tyres. I come round, go into him, and both his tyres are gone. And then I just go flying off into the gravel. Lose a bit of control back and then go. Next up to DNF is the GOAT himself, Nicholas Latifi, on lap 8. He jumps over into the air and goes out. So this is what I see. Sono goes off a little bit, and then Latifi comes around and hits me in the back. So Latifi is behind me. He gets clipped by Sonoda, then hits me in the back, and then goes a bit overboard, and then is out of the race. The next DNF is Lewis Hamilton's, which comes right after a safety car ends. So there's me, and also my teammate right next to him. So it looks like we've duplicated, because for once I actually had a complete car with a wing and no debris on it. And so now we've got 2 of the masochist car. There's where I take him out. He's in the wall, and then I kind of drift around and spin around and stuff. This is what my cockpit camera code can speak. So I've taken him out, I drift along sideways, then I see him out the race and get hit and spin around, which I think takes out Ocon there. Yep, it did take out Ocon. So unfortunately, Esti Besti did not get onto the podium today. There he is getting taken out. He then ends up holding up Gasly and Sonoda for a couple seconds. The next DNF is actually Sonoda on lap 11. So he's following his teammate, he overtakes his teammate, and then is pushed a little bit into the wall. So he's out the race. Here it is from his cockpit camera. Just a bit into the wall. Going up and down all the way. So the porpoising didn't work there. Or the porpoising worked too well. Anyway, next up is George Russell's DNF here on lap 15. So there's me slamming into him and his teammate Lacey. Drive and throw. Russell goes round. I take my weird path through the cones, which always seem to get back together in the right positions, and Russell's tyres are gone. Next up is Pierre Gasly during this safety car, because his engine gave up. And bang, it's gone. And so out of the race he goes, like a lot of drivers in the 2026 season. The next DNF should have been both of the Alfa Romeo drivers, but somehow I only took out one with the weird glitch that happens there. I'll just quickly show that slightly slower so that we can explain what happens. So here we have Antonio Giovinazzi, and then we also have Juan Yu Zhou and me. I then cut in front of Zhou, and so Antonio's the one that goes out. Zhou is then caught by me there and dragged in here. Then we both take out into Giovinazzi there. Like, we come into him. However, Zhou there keeps glitching in and out of the way. Then Zhou gets teleported here. No, yeah, here is that is the driver that appears here is a destroyed version of Giovinazzi's car with like missing tyre, because the string there that's like going across the track, that is his tyre line. And then Zhou is sent here and is able to keep driving forwards into the pits. I have no idea how and why that happens, but it does happen for some reason. The next DNF is Valtteri Bottas on lap 20. But like, this isn't where he goes out, but I just thought it was kind of weird how the Aston Martins get pulled tight, so Nobuharu Matsushita is sent into the gravel. During the lap of Bottas' DNF, there's also me doing that to Mazepin. And then I go onto the gravel. And so now we'll just go to Bottas' DNF. So the group of cars just driving along, overtaking each other, de-overtaking each other. That's not the right word. And then that, I believe, is where Bottas goes out. There, I think. Yeah. So, Sainz is taken into the wall, and then comes out and clips specifically Bottas of those three, who's sent then out, and then it comes back into the Nobuharu Matsushita. So he was blocking off the two Aston Martins. He was the second one. He overtook one and then was re-overtaken and got taken out. Oh, what am I saying? Anyway, next DNF is Sergio Perez, driving up the main straight and into the wall, into the other wall, spun around and is now out. So it's slightly behind me. I then take him into the wall. He hits the other one, comes back around and loses his tyre, overtaken by my teammate. But he's also out of the race now. Next up is Giuliano Alesi. Going around these corners, which I don't know the names of, or even if they have them. He's taken out by the person who he replaced at Williams, Nicholas, in the same way as the person he took out. He took the place of Williams, Nicholas Latifi. Next up is Nikita Mazepin on lap 32. Driving down the main straight into the back of my car, I then drift him casually into the wall. Driving down the main straight, I drift in front of him, he loses his wing, and then casually and slowly I drift him into the wall. So I drive kind of in front of him, then cover him off, and he's out the race. And I've been overtaken by my teammate. Last but certainly not least, that's not really the right words, because usually that means it's a good thing that they're last, or I don't know. We have Carlos Sainz on lap 35, right, like barely before the end of the race. He's chasing me down, and is taken into the wall and out of the race. Driving normally, taken into the wall, doesn't lose his tyre, but does break down immediately, and is out the race. Into the wall, his Ferrari wing goes flying behind him, all the stuff goes there, and this Ferrari wing comes flying back. I think that's kind of funny. Anyway, that's all of Carnage now. So if you enjoyed this Carnage video, please like and subscribe, and goodbye. But before I go, I've got to show the current driver standings. So Nobuharu Matsushita has pushed ahead a little bit to 27th with his 4th place, I believe it was, or maybe 5th. No, 3rd. Damn it, I'm being stupid. But so he came 3rd, so he's pushed himself from 2nd to 1st ahead of Nicholas Latifi. And then Lando Norris with his 25 points goes from 99 points to 124. And then, because he came first, and then Nicholas Latifi's gone down from his first place. Perez has stayed in the same place, and then Juan Zhou has overtaken Bottas and Stroll. I've stayed where I was. Ricciardo has gone down, Verstappen's gone up, Alonso's overtaken the other Spaniard, and then Alesi has gone down as well. Then down at the bottom, the losers are still on the same amount of points as they've been on for a while. Gasly, Mazepin, Hamilton, Russell, and Antonio Giovinazzi. I also said Antonelli, like Andrea Kimi Antonelli, are all still just very low on their points that they're currently on, because they still haven't got any after they've got their first points. The Constructors' Championships currently stands like this. Alpine and Red Bull have moved down, McLaren has moved up because they're double points and first, second, and then everything else has stayed the same. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.